What's up and welcome into the Good Buddies Anime Review. I am your good buddy Roger.
It gets louder every time. And dude, I am your good buddy Brandon.
We're recording in the middle of the day for once, so I have tons of energy.
We got a different level of Roger.
I have not gotten beaten down by the public all day in a retail setting, nor have you.
Same. You know, it's different. I'm wearing regular ass clothes. Still got the khakis on. I've just consigned myself to being a khaki boy now.
I'm feeling lighter. I'm feeling clearer.
We have what you might call a whole new Roger.
A whole new me.
Oh, God. Anyway, we're not doing any reviews today, though, Roger.
Nope.
Instead, we get into it. It's about that time. Welcome once again to the 3rd annual Good Buddies Best of. Oh, everybody's here. It's a party! Oh my God!
Actually, right. Nobody's here.
Nobody's here. Literally, nobody's here. But if they were, and we weren't in horrible worldwide, particularly United States, particularly Texas, particularly our fucking county.
Yeah,
God,
it's not good.
Anyway,
but, you know, in an entire year where it was very hard to get any semblance of a bone tossed at you, we're trying to find the best of the best in anime. Now, is this the best of list for everybody? No, it's our own personal ones.
Your opinions may vary.
In the thumbnail, it might say best of, but this is our own personal opinion, so you know.
As is any best of. Let's be real.
If you're gonna add us, just be sure that you're adding what you think was better in the comments. We want to know.
Yes, indeedy. But we're gonna start out not with the best animes. We're saving the best for last. Indeed, we're gonna start with our best openings and endings, starting with specifically the best openings this year. Roger, why don't you go first, man? Tell me about it. What is it? We got different top 10 lists. Each of top 5 lists.
Yeah.
Each of us have our own top 5s. There may or may not be some overlap. We'll find out.
Yeah. Usually there is a little overlap,
maybe a little
bit.
You
know, that's what makes it fun.
Why don't you tell me about it, big boy?
Okay.
With number 5.
Number 5. My number 5 opening is Digimon Adventure 2020. That is Mikakunen Hikosen by Takeyoshi Tanimoto.
It's a cool opening.
It is a very cool opening. We did talk a little bit. We did one of the Is It Worth Watching this on the channel. And one thing that I really did like was the opening, and I brought it up in there because they do a perfect level of, you know, calling back to that original, that very first season of Digimon, where you even get Tai spiraling down into the digital world.
Part.
Yeah. It's very cool. You even get little glimpses of the like the Digimon V-Pets or whatever.
Nice.
It's very cool. It's a big throwback, but it is also very flashy.
Real nostalgic.
The song jams and it gets you right into, you know, this new updated Digimon that they're gonna do. It shows exactly what you're about to get in this show. And what it is a nostalgia-filled but new story, super fun trip back into the digital world as it's being retold, essentially. You know, we're starting with the original Digidestin in there. They are going through some of the arcs, the iconic arcs from the series, but it's through a different lens and they're written a little bit differently. Altogether, the show ends up very fun. I enjoyed it. I told my little brother and a few other people about it. They all enjoyed it. And without fail, every single time that opening brought the show in hot. I was always excited and never skipped it, and that is why it is my number 5.
Very nice. All right. Let me tell you about my number 5. Mine is from a little show that is this season, and this is something, look, I'm going to talk about this a lot today. Recency bias. I always struggle with these. Do I think this is good because it's this season? It's so recent, etc., etc. So I kind of struggle with where to put these on the list. But at number 5, I've got the opening thing from The Gymnastic Samurai. It's called Shanghai Honey, which is a song as made famous by Orange Range. You may remember them from like one of the first endings for that Bleach show. But this one, or openings maybe, but this one is actually performed by the cast of the show, the cast of Taiso Samurai, Gymnastic Samurai. It's a lot of fun. They're dancing around. You get an introduction to all the characters. They got these like freaking little different color hoodies on. It looks like a super 90s like throwback music video. It's very, very fun. Cool introduction to the characters. Really cool song, Rippin' and Roar'em. That show just wrapped up. I actually watched the last episode today. It only went to 11 episodes, which I'm fine with. Keep it compact if you can. Last episode didn't have the regular opening or ending because the last episode, but a lot of fun, super cool show. I really enjoyed it, and I really love this opening. It's rad.
Nice, man.
How about your number 54?
Before I get to 4, it is worth saying that this year, the middle 2 seasons, the spring and summer, were not as filled out as what the winter and fall seasons were.
You're right about that.
So that's kind of why, because I have several from the new season 2 across my list, and that's pretty much it. Is because the spring and summer seasons didn't have.
Yeah, a lot of stuff got shut down. They
delayed.
had to come back. Yeah.
Who knows what that Promised Neverland opening is going to be like?
Oh God.
We'll find out next year.
Well, let's get on to it, baby. What about that 54?
My number 4 is the opening for Jujutsu Kaisen, which is Kai Kai Kitan by Eve.
I really struggled to not put this one on my list.
It's very flashy. It reuses a little bit of animation throughout the show, in and out, but it's so well done. And then it shows what is really cool about it is it's another anime that does these real world places, and it pretty much scales them. So each, when you see the different characters standing on a building, or they're at a pond, or they're in a subway. All of this can be found in Japan. It's all scenery there. Some of it, I don't know how meaningful or iconic the scenery is in some of it. I imagine some of it is pretty damn because it looks really good. But how there's a tunnel at one point, but they recreated the tunnel, which is it's very cool. And also, Eve, the band is so good.
It's very good.
Yeah,
I've had that one stuck in my head for a few days now.
Eve also did some other songs. Notably, they did I believe, the second ending song for Dororo, which was one of my favorite endings last year. The band is awesome. The guy has great vocals. I really enjoy it. And it's another, none of these were entrances that I would skip, but this was one that I felt was very strong. Especially with the fish swimming at the bottom or whatever, just the aesthetic of it, and then it jumping and the face snapping out. It's very, very catching. It makes you wonder, you're like, okay, what is going on here? And it really shows you a brief taste of what you're going to get in the episodes to follow, which is very fun. But then again, Jujutsu Kaisen is so next level fun with all the references and stuff like that. It's kind of only fitting that they have references to the real world in that opening. It's cool. It's very cool the way they did it. The song is really good, and that is why it is my number 4.
That animation is sick too.
It is really good. Mappa killed it, dude.
That bit where like homegirl like snaps and the nails like catch blue fire in front of her.
Yeah,
fucking rad. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, good call. Very good call. For my number 54, I went with another one from this season. It is the opening for Akudama Drive. It's called Steel, all caps with 2 exclamation points, by the band, and I'm sorry for yelling, Spark Sound Show. Again, all caps with 2 exclamation points after each word. And it's all like squished together. Really, so Akudama Drive is a really wild show that I will admit I was kind of downplaying it at the beginning of the season because I was like, it's very flashy, I don't know if it's going to work for me, whatever. It has since climbed the ranks to be one of my favorite things this season. Really great show. I am enjoying it a whole bunch, and the opening is absolutely like balls to the wall, slamming, rock hard. It's rad. You got little dancing robots in there. Ayo, ayo, they're doing this thing. There's bits where like you see each of the characters, and it's all like, it's dark, but then it goes these crazy neon colors. You see each of them. Again, a very violent show, so like you'll see a character, and then there'll be a flash, and you're seeing that same character, but they're splattered with like neon green or purple or something, like it's blood on them. It's really wild looking, and it's also does one of my favorite things when animes do this, when anime openings or endings do this, where it changes as the show progresses. There's bits toward the end where you'll see like each of these characters with like this weird static going on behind them, and then 4 or 5 episodes in, things are revealed, new characters show up, some characters leave, and those little staticky bits become clearer so you can see exactly what's happening. It gives you these really cool insights into the stuff. The song absolutely rips and rocks. It's a lot of fun, man. You guys still haven't watched Talking Up Drive, have you?
I have not.
You gotta at least get an episode or two in you, man. I'm really enjoying it. Again, one that I didn't think I was gonna like at all, and ended up being one of my favorites this season. The theme from that one, again, is called Steel, and it's rad. Absolutely rad. But Roger, we're breaking into the top 3. What is getting the bronze medal for you this year on anime openings?
Alrighty, man. This is you said that was one that you didn't think you would like, but you ended up liking a lot more. This is one that I started out liking a whole lot, and then the show itself I ended up liking a lot less. But the opening cannot be denied, especially with all the work they put into it. It's the God of High School opening, Contradiction. Now, this opening is unique because I kind of mentioned Jujutsu Kaisen, I believe, used a little bit of in-show footage in there that they remastered. This one is largely comprised of in-show footage. And usually that's not a great sign for an opening.
Yeah.
But the way they restyle everything, the way they do the colors, and then they'll throw up the flashing billboards and lights, along with this song that is, you know, I kind of hate the word, but I would refer to it as a very hyped song. Like it is, you know, it builds and builds and builds until the bass drops, and then the fights are going crazy. You see all these characters that, you know, many of them don't have a whole lot to do with the show, but you see them pulling out these wild fights, these wild maneuvers.
I'm remembering Bat Book Boy.
Yeah, how could you forget the girl that does the stunner?
She does the stunner, straight up.
And they rip all that from the show, but they restyle and repurpose it into this song, into something that really feels like a special entrance. And it's hard to deny that it gets you, you know, by the end of that song and that opening, you're pumped for the show. You're pumped for what is to follow, even if it does fall apart in the last 4 episodes. But that is a conversation for another episode. I really, really liked it. It's another, you know, Mappa did it, I believe, and Mappa freaking killed it this year. Everything they've touched has been really good. So, I like the opening to God High School a whole lot. It was just the thing that kind of held it back. You know, I struggled to put it at 3 over Jujutsu Kaisen because of it falling apart at the end, but I was like, okay, that's not totally fair.
We're talking about the opening, not the show itself.
Because whenever I started out the show and I really liked it, you know, that opening was amazing for the fact that it was just an amazing opening.
And then even as the show fell apart, the opening still rocks.
Yeah, it still rocks. It's still really good. You know, and it's even a solid music that I don't particularly care for, but it really broke through for me, and that's, you know, that's what a good opening does, and that is why it's my number 3. Brandon, what is your number 3?
Well, the number 3 for me, bronze medal. You know, I never like to, when we talk about the best animes, I don't like doing sequel series, but when we're talking about openings and endings, I'll give it a little bit of leeway, and that is why number 3 for me on best anime openings this year is, of course, Daddy Daddy Do by Masayuki Suzuki. That is the opening from season 2 of Kaguya-sama Love is War. That first season had one of my favorite openings ever. Your boy bought the single from CD Japan, had that hoe imported. And this one, you know what? It is a fine successor. Masayuki Suzuki absolutely can fucking belt it out. He's got a great voice, really fun, like kind of old school pop kind of feel to it with the horns and everything. It's like that kind of pop music that's also kind of classy and just a lot of fun. He's having a lot of fucking fun, and the opening itself is rad. You got the whole crew like going through the school, like Chica's up front looking like a little Sherlock Holmes. They're looking for clues or something. You got Kaguya, call back to her being in the archery club shooting arrows and things. It's all very fun, very flashy, very cute. It's just a good show and a good song.
That show is really good at putting everything together.
Yeah, they really pull it all in. You didn't watch season 2, did you?
I have not watched it yet.
All right, if you do manage to check it out, man,
I definitely, it is high on my to watch list.
And that is yet another one that does not the opening, but maybe the opening. I know for sure the ending changes throughout the show. I'd have to look up and see if the opening does. But yeah, as they introduce more characters, you know, different things happen, etc., etc. It's a lot of fun, man. And I really like that series, Kaguya-sama Love is War.
Yeah, it's really fun. I love the first season. I can't wait to watch the second.
Had to get my boy Masayuki Suzuki in here. The dude's just too cool. And that's the bronze medal for me. What's taking number tizzity 2 for you, my boy?
Number 2, it is the opening for Inspector. It's called Mononoke in the Fiction by Lie and a Chameleon.
Very cool show.
Yeah, the show is very cool. The opening, it is where I said in the God of High School didn't have a style of music that really normally appeals to me. This one does have a style of music. It jams. The vocals are lightning fast. They're very bright. The guitar is nice and gritty. And the action playing in the background is awesome. And it gets you... It's another one that does a great job of giving you a sense of the show. You know, you're gonna see these crazy monsters and stuff crawling out of there. You're gonna see the main character falling down and her eye flying out. Just a whole bunch of different cool scenes that they tie back into the anime. And this one works largely on, from what I remember, it has its own original style or whatever. You know, it has its own original frames drawn out for this opening. They really went the extra mile on it, and the song just rips. The end song for it is quite good too, but the opening, it made my playlist, my anime playlist that I listen to in my car quite frequently, pretty fast. This song was one of my favorite songs of the year.
It rocks.
Yeah, you definitely should check it out if you haven't. That was Mononoke in the Fiction by Lie and a Chameleon. That is the Inspector opening, and that gets my silver medal. It was my number 2. Brandon, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is one that, I'll be honest, I finished this show, and the show was very cool. The ending didn't quite do it for me. But I feel like in terms of, if we're talking about an opening that not only has good music and great animation, but also gives you a general, not only an introduction to the characters, but a feel for what you're about to watch, I don't think you can do too much better than the opening for Pet, which is Chono Tobu Suiso, I'm probably saying that wrong, by Toru Kitajima. That's TK from, what's the band?
Ling Toshi Sigure.
Yeah.
They did a lot of openings and stuff for iconic shows like, oh, it just slipped my head.
Oh, yeah.
The guys with the Dominator guns.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh,
Brandon,
no.
talk about it. I'm going to find out what it is.
I'm going to talk about it. He's going to find out what it is. This opening, like, I know a lot of people weren't into this one, and I know some people don't love Dude's vocals. I think they're pretty cool.
Oh, they're very good.
They are, if nothing else, they are very unique. It is impossible to deny that. And
Psychopath.
There you go. My dude absolutely rips it and rocks it. The song is rad. The feeling you get of what is real, what is fake, this despair, the inability to trust yourself is inherent to the show, and it is very well portrayed in this opening. I will say one thing. The song's maybe 2 minutes longer than it needs to be if you listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, I actually do like the whole thing, but there is this almost instrumental section in the middle where there's a repeated sound.
That thing. Here's the thing. What really, at first I listened to the whole thing and I was like, all right, we got to the chorus, hell yeah, it's still going? And it went on for another like 2 or 3 minutes and I was like, huh. Here's the thing, that is because I was thinking as a rock song. If you go in thinking this is like a little anime opening rock song, it's gonna be great, you're not gonna have a good time if you listen to the whole thing. If you think I'm gonna listen to some crazy ass Japanese prog rock that gets weird and different, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, I kind of, Ling Tosude Sigure, I kind of relate them to one of my favorite bands, which is Coheed and Cambria.
Yes. Very
unique vocalist. Can get loud, but man, the instruments, you don't know where it's going to go often. The first time you're listening to some of the songs, and god dang, it really fills out a whole lot of atmosphere.
It's a great,
and
really
what
good.
Else I like about that opening is that it gives these very, I'll call back to this in a later list or whatever, but it gives these very expressive images.
Yes.
Expressive, where, you know, as somebody that experiences anxiety and has, you know, deals with a panic disorder, there is a certain level of, you know, like, I can look at these faces towards the end where they're like slowly creeping their hands to their faces or whatever, and it looks like they're detaching, and that is kind of what happens whenever you have a panic attack or something.
Yeah.
Is there is a certain level of detachment where you don't feel like you're part of this world anymore, or there's two separate yous, and this really encapsulate this feeling, and it's impressive that they did that.
It's surprisingly real.
Yeah,
yeah.
It blew my mind. That's what set it over the top for me. I was like, wow, this is good stuff. Like how they managed to capture that feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
And which isn't a great feeling, but all the same, it needs to be documented in such a way that you can express things.
Yeah,
like
the fact
this.
that they're able to do it, whether it's good or bad, though, that fact that they're able to capture it is very impressive.
Yeah,
and that's why it's my number 2. Roger,
my number 1 is the opening for Pet. It's called Cho no Tubu Suiso by TK from Ling Tosute Sigre, and you heard it all, man.
Got your ass.
I said at the very beginning of the year that this is going to
That's the one to beat.
This is the opening to beat. And I only feel like there is one song the entire year that beat that opening.
Mm-hmm.
And it is going to be in our next list.
Oh, okay. That's something to look forward to then. Hell yeah, Beagle. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but Beagle's having a fit in the other room. But yeah, so that was my number 2, your number 1, and my number 1. I mean, I had to give it to him. It's Easy Breezy by Chelmico for me.
Very good one.
I really love that song. I love the show. Maybe I'll talk about it later. But I really, really enjoy Easy Breezy by Chelmico.
Easy Breezy.
Dun, dun, dun,
you know what's
dun,
funny
Easy
is I had friends at work that hadn't even watched that show that knew that song.
Really? That's rad.
Yeah. It picked on pretty fast. People really seem to enjoy it.
But yeah, I remember when that show came out, I was like, I really love the song. I was looking up, like, trying to find it. Is it streaming anywhere, etc., etc., found it on YouTube, all that good stuff. And I feel like I remember finding, like, Chelmico's Twitter page or something and seeing that, like, it had released, like, just released or came out, like, a week after the show dropped or something. Like, it was a brand new single, which is freaking cool. For one, that they did that, but it also it's just so much fun watching these little characters like dancing around and just having fun and doing their thing. The animation is really like unique and fun. It's not like it ain't no studio map at Jujutsu Kaisen level like smoothness or nothing, but it's just a lot of fun. And you're watching these characters who you're gonna see have a lot of fun just being goofy and goofing off and being the kids that they are. It is arguably one of the best like slice of life openings I've ever seen, just because it's so fun and goofy.
It's so weird and different. Yeah,
it's just so much fun. They're just having a great time, which is exactly what I want to do when I'm watching this anime.
Yeah,
and yeah, I just love it. The song also rocks. It's like this poppy, hip hoppy rap kind of thing, and it's just super cool. Like, it's just super cool. It's been on my anime playlist since it dropped, and I still, like, every now and then I'll hit shuffle on there and be like, no, shuffle again, shuffle one more time, shuffle. Hey, Easy Breezy, and listen to that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. That is my number 1 anime opening this year, 2020. Man, Zozo's been a real bitch, huh?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later. But yeah. That I think that about does it for the openings.
Yep.
Do you have any honorable mentions you want to bring up?
Easy Breezy would have probably been one of them. Yeah. The opening for Somali and the Force Spirit, very whimsical,
very fun. Feels like a Disney.
Yeah. It was a really cute opening. I liked it a whole lot. And that's I like the opening for Tonikawa too. It's pretty cute.
Yeah, it's like a chill ass like what do you call, like, beat dropping kind of dubstep thing. Yeah, it's really fun. That's a cute one.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think pretty much everything on your list, I would say honorable mention for me. Jujutsu Kaisen is a big one. There's a few others. Oh, the opening for Appare Ranman I liked a lot. Didn't quite make my list. If it was a top 10, it would definitely be in there. Yeah, there's a decent amount of good stuff this year, despite everything that's been going on and happened. There was a decent amount of good stuff.
Yeah. And I also apologize for if the cut in the middle of Brandon's number 1 is weird. Beagle Buddy was losing his crap out there.
And we do want to clarify, this is not the Halloween episode. Yes, I am still a banshee, but we are not.
We're not dead this time.
That wasn't like, haha, we're gonna do a funny joke. But yeah, Beagle Buddy was just losing his mind. I think someone like walked by the house or something.
Yeah,
was like,
probably
hey!
somebody walking their dog.
Yeah.
And we don't have a blind on that window anymore because Beagle Buddy tore it up.
Yeah, it sounds like something he did.
Yeah.
Good old Beagle.
Yep.
And put some
But
pictures
that
on
is
Twitter.
that's the openings for the 2020 year. Brandon, do you want to talk about some endings? Thanks a ton for hanging out with us good buddies for this 2020 year and making it so much better for us. We hope that you enjoy the videos we're putting out. Be sure to check out the other best of. Be sure to leave us your thoughts in the comments below. We really appreciate that. And we really hope to see you next year and hanging out more and talking more about anime. You guys are the best. Thanks a ton, good buddies. All the plugs are in the links below. You can check all that stuff out. But we'll catch you next time. Love ya.